Hello everyone and welcome back to PyTechie. In the previous video we learned about LangChain tools and how they allow language model to interact with external system. Now it's time to take think one step further and explore one of the most powerful concept in AI development today, agents. So what exactly is an AI agent? Think about a regular chatbot for a moment. You ask a question, a model generate a response and that's it. But an AI agent is different. An agent does not just answer a question, it can think about a problem, decide what action need to be taken, use a different tool when necessary, and continue working until it finds a solution. In simple terms, an AI agent combines the intelligence of a language model with the power of tool. And that's what makes agents so powerful. Let's understand how agent actually work behind the scenes. An AI agent works in continuous loop. First, it receives a user request, then it analyzes the request and think about what need to be done. If it already knows the answer, it simply responds. But if it needs additional information, it can decide to use a tool. For example, it might search the web, perform a calculation, query a database, or call an external API. Once the tool return a result, the agent analyze that result and decide what to do next. Maybe it has enough information or maybe it need another tool call. So it continue this process. Think, take action, observe the result, then think again. And it keep repeating this step until it reaches the final answer. This ability to reason and take action dynamically it what separates AI agent from traditional chatbot. Now let's visualize what's happening internally. Everything starts with an input. The user provides a question, task, or instruction. That input goes to the language model, which act as a brain of an agent. At this point, model asks itself, "Do I really know the answer?" If the answer is yes, it immediately generates a final answer. But if the answer is no, it decides to use a tool. The tool performs the requested action and return information. This return information is called an observation. The model then look at the observation, reasons about it, and decide the next step. So the flow become input, reason, action, observation, then again do the reasoning and provide the final answer. This loop is the foundation of modern AI agents. Now let's talk about two core components that make every agent work, the model and the tools. Let's start with the model. The model is a reasoning engine. It is the part possible for understanding the task, making decision and determining which action to be taken. In LangChain, models can be configured in two ways: static model, dynamic model. A static model is selected once when the agent is created and remain the same throughout the execution. This is the most common setup. For example, you might use a chat open AI and configure the settings such as a temperature, max token, timeout values, and other model parameter. Once configured, the agent use that model for every step. Dynamic model work differently. Instead of using one fixed model, the agent can choose different model during runtime. Why would we do that? Because not every task requires the same level of intelligence. Simple tasks can use a smaller and cheaper model. Complex reasoning tasks can automatically switch to a more powerful model. This helps to improve the performance while reducing the cost. Now let's talk about the tools. Tools are what allow agent to interact with outside the world. Without tools, a language model can only generate a text. With a tool, agent can actually perform actions. They can search the internet, call API, run calculation, access databases, retrieve document, and much more. In fact, tools are what transform a language model into an intelligent agent. LangChain provide powerful tool capabilities such as sequential tool execution, parallel tool execution, automatic tool execution. Tools themselves also can be static or dynamic. Static tools are predefined when the agent is created. Dynamic tools can change during runtime based on the user permission, authentication status, application state, or business rules. This is important because giving an agent too many tools can confuse it, while giving it too few tools can limit its ability. Dynamic tool selection help maintain the perfect balance. Now let's discuss a very important concept called React. React is stand for reasoning and acting. This is the core workflow used by modern AI agents. Instead of trying to solve everything in single response, the agent break the complex problem into a smaller steps. First, it reason about the problem, then it take it action. The action produce the observation. The observation is analyzed, and then agent reason again. So the cycle become reasoning, act, action, observation, and again reasoning, and continue until the final answer is reached. This iterative approach is the what enable agent to solve complex multi-step problem efficiently. Now that we understand the system, let's jump into the code and build our first LangChain agent step by step. First, we will import all the required packages. The mainly is LangChain and .env. And after that, we load the our OpenAI API key through the load underscore .env. Once we load the OpenAI API key, we create the agent. To creating an agent, we need simply call the create agent function. From LangChain.agent, we call the LangChain underscore agent to create an agent. So here we need some parameter, model, and system prompt. And also we can pass the name as well. So we will see it that in later in the series. So currently we are getting a simple agent here. So here I have defined the model name. So you can give as per your requirement any model name, whatever you want. And then I have defined a simple system prompt. System prompt we define because that mm, agent should behave like that way. So that because of that we have defined the system prompt here. And to call this agent, we are calling agent.invoke. Inside that we are passing role and content. So role should be user and content is the what the query have user have. So after we run this agent, we got the response in human message what we query with the query, and after that we got the response like what is the final response the agent produce. So the response which we got is from the LLM. That response we got it actually from the LLM knowledge, except knowledge. So here we are not calling any tool, not attach any tool to the agent, right? Now let's create a simple tool. So in previous video, we saw already how to create a tool. Simple, we use decorator at the red tool to create a tool. Here we have given the get weather is a tool name, and inside that we have defined a doc string. Based on doc string, uh, agent will identify what this tool will do. Based on that, it will choose the tools. Now, here I have again created this agent and defined the model name and tool. Inside the give tools, you can give the multiple tools. Here I have given only one tool, which is the get weather. Now I ask the query. Here I have not given the system prompt. So if you not give the system prompt, the model will the agent will perform based on the conversation. So here I have given the message the user, which is the what is the today's weather in Tokyo. Based on that, it will call this get weather because this knowledge the model don't have inside it. So it because of that it choose to call the weather function. If you ask like what is who is the CEO of Google or who is the CEO of Microsoft, so it based on that it will be if the knowledge have a knowledge then it will give the response from the itself like CEO of Microsoft is certain area, something like that. It give the from their own knowledge. So you don't choose the weather, you don't choose the tools, right? So here we see the model. We have given the human message. Based on that, it choose the AI message, and then it select the tool. So here we got the tool. The current weather is Tokyo is this one. So this tool message again go to the model, and the model give the proper format response here. So that's it. That's how we can create a simple agent using tool and without tool. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you enjoy this content, make sure you like, share and subscribe to the channel for more video like this. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in next video.